Improvised generation. Tonight you will see a show performed live on stage. A reminder that this is completely improvised. We have no idea what's going to happen, so it should be very exciting. To get us started, we just need any word at all.
Bunnies.
Jellies. Klingon peeps.
Rebird. Haunted house.
Fried pickles.
Footballs.
Cows.
Balls.
Chupacabra.
East Fair. Black hole.
Compass.
Thank you. Take Chupacabra. McKinley, a full house to beam up.
This here on the screen?
Yes, the Chupacabra.
Well, I don't know if it's a Beta Z thing, but most goats that I've met have been vegetarian.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it would be a Beta Z. These were not ever truly seen directly by humans, but they mythologized them. They became a legend.
Captain, are you saying that this might have actually existed, this creature?
I'm saying that similar to other creatures like the Loch Ness Monster, the Bigfoot, the Lithorian wasp. These things have not been directly observed, but we cannot rule out their existence.
Captain, I am so surprised that you would have this point of view. That just because something hasn't been unproven, that it could exist. Well, I guess I don't know why I'm surprised. Here we are in space looking for things that have not yet been seen.
Exactly.
Still, it seems like legend is different from science.
Well, of course it is. And we both are women of science, but don't you ever want to just question things? You are so rooted to logic and logical discourse and things that can be proven and fixed and repaired, but what about things that can't be repaired because we don't know if they even exist? Think about that.
Captain, I guess I do want to encounter and have encountered things that can't be explained, but eventually there's always logic behind it.
But is there, Athena?
But isn't there, Captain?
These are the voyages of the USS McGinley. Its continuing mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Starring Aliza Pearl as Captain Georgia Thompson.
Paul Hungerford as First Officer Commander Jack Denman.
Amanda Troop as Chief of Operations Lieutenant Commander Laurie.
Scott Palmanson as Chief Medical Officer Dr. Alistair Scott.
Matt Pitner as Chief Security and Tactical Officer Lieutenant Frost Glenn.
Sara Mountjoy-Pepka as Chief of Engineering Lieutenant Janie Boots. Guest star Madi Goff. More often. It's home away from home. It's home. I'm glad you're here, Doctor. I'm sure we'll figure out exactly what you're looking for.
Well, I have to give a speech to 50 science delegates from Federation planets that are all here to meet with the captain.
And engineering is going to help you how?
I'll be honest. I didn't do so well in engineering when I was in Starfleet.
Oh, so you want some training?
Yeah, I suppose I do.
Now question, why are they having somebody who's not in engineering speak about engineering? Wouldn't it make more sense for the expert to speak on it?
So what's this?
It would make more sense, but the captain has a surprise for us, Boots.
What's that?
She has something completely unknown for us to investigate.
Captain.
Oh, yes. Perfect. It looks like you were just about to tell them.
As much as I know, that you have something unexpected for us, and that's why none of the engineers can go and speak about engineering at the conference.
Yes. The theme of this year's conference is the unknown and the undiscovered. So I thought it would be fitting for my senior officers to present on topics they do not know. They are discovering.
Captain, with all due respect, that's going to make us look incompetent.
But you are not incompetent. I have the best crew in all of Starfleet. I know you all will be able to present on topics with as much clarity and skill as anyone who's an expert in the subject.
Dr. Scott doesn't know the warp core.
You will learn it. And you, engineering, you will present on myths and legends.
I'm excited for what you have planned for Boots and how she'll be talking about how mistakes help you learn things.
I'm not sure if they'll work that into their speech, but that could be a good part of it.
I'm unable to figure out what I'll be talking about since I know everything.
I already know what you're going to be talking about.
Really, Captain, you haven't told me yet.
Captain, are all ships doing this or just the McGinley?
Just us.
I have a lot to teach you.
Well, I have a lot to learn. I think that being a Starfleet officer is all about expanding, finding out what makes you uncomfortable, what you failed in school, what is the unknown. I'm excited.
That's the spirit.
I hope you're finding everything comfortable. These, of course, will be your quarters for the remainder of your Sorry, are you crying?
How dare you ask that? The answer is yes.
I'm sorry if I offended you.
You're forgiven.
Thank you. Is there anything I can do?
I'm doing a talk on emotions later. And I've recently opened myself up to them.
To emotions.
Yes, I was a stone wall before. But now I am a veritable puddle.
So I take it your species doesn't allow emotions to determine their choices.
Not at all. See,
Ah, you're Vulcan.
oh, I don't know how this is done. So many feelings. You know, I was thinking about children the other day, and how adorable they are, and how small and innocent and lovely, and how they should be protected and cared for, and when they fall and hurt their knee or something, it's tragic, and I was thinking of leprechauns.
I'm sorry.
How exciting they are.
So you were noticing that you were also feeling excitement.
Yes, so much excitement.
There's not just negative feelings, there's also positive.
There's positivity, there's negativity, there's everything, and it is simply overwhelming.
Yes, they can be. That's what emotions do. They sometimes get the best of us.
My name is Raha.
Jack did.
Slow down. Say that again?
Gravity has not yet been proven, but we still accept it as a fact.
You are blowing my mind.
I think this is ridiculous. I love Captain Thompson, and I love that she expands us to move forward, but frankly, Doctor, you're gonna look like an idiot. And I have to speak on something that I don't care about.
And I'm gonna have to speak on something that I don't care about.
And, well, why should I? You two. We're on the Myth and Legends team.
Yeah, where have you
obviously.
been? And it's not even focus, it's wide open Myth and Legends of what planet?
Of all the planets, any of the planets, Chupacabras, wasps of Loria, unicorns,
Bajoran walruses.
Bajoran walruses. Not to mention the Beatles of Pareto 5.
I wouldn't even count those. I don't think those are extra credit.
She wants us to be thorough. She wants us out of our comfort zone. Which, okay. Okay. I'm uncomfortable. Now can we stop? The interesting thing about myths and legends, this is the only way that I'm finding my way into this, is that they are often somehow based out of some type of science.
I like that.
Except when they're fabricated. And then, take, for example, the Chupacabra. Explain it with science. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Chupacabra, originally, as you know, first spotted, we think, in South America.
Goat vampire.
Yes, the goat vampire. Possibly came about during a drought when goats did not have access to the plants that they used to eat for water, so they started drinking the blood of others. Now, this drought is proven circa 17th century Earth. However, there was no photography at the time. No way to prove it.
So there were sketches.
Correct. A sketch? That's nothing.
No.
I can sketch anything. I can sketch Dr. Scott understanding gravity, and it's not going to be anything.
Yeah, that's a real Western legend right there.
And here's the other thing, it has never been seen again. Many droughts at that time, like 22nd century Earth was full of droughts. The entire planet nearly dried up. Were there chupacabras? No.
What if we created a drought simulation? This seems complicated. A drought simulation in the holodeck.
Yeah.
With the exact specifications of planet Earth at that time to see if biologically a chupacabra would appear. It would never work.
It
Why
could
am I
work.
even suggesting
I could
this?
program it. This is a very Bootsian idea. I love it. I love it. I can get it started by 0800 hours. And you, I'm going to
program you, Newton's apple, dropping on your head. We could drop anything on his head.
Okay, alright, if we do this, we're gonna put security protocols in place, Boots, please.
You do realize I'm chief medical officer?
To make sure that my first officer was aware of the high priority status we have in this guest.
Yes, Raha and I already were introduced. I had a chance to show her a lot of the Arboretum.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just passed Deadman laughing hysterically.
Yes.
I can come back later. I see you're with a guest. I was just going to tell you about the progress.
I can leave. It's really fine. I'm happy to leave.
No, Raha, I want you to hear this. Raha actually is the person who gave me the idea for our entire senior staff to give these presentations. Against what knowledge is contained. Isn't that right, Raha?
Raha.
Do you know each other as well?
Laurie.
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't know you were going to be aboard the ship.
Yes, I'm doing a talk and
You're so...
cinema and nar on emotions.
Yes.
What were you going to say?
Emotional you are.
Yes! Isn't it exciting?
Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you.
It's been what, 4, 5, 6, 10 years?
Probably 10.
Emotions cloud your thinking.
Yes, or if not more.
Deadman.
Sorry, I checked on the noises in the hallway. In the Jeffries tube.
I would like to give you a hug.
I would like to receive one, Captain.
Oh, we are in 10 forward. You can do as you please.
This is lovely. Very warm and I feel secure and welcome. I like the way we kind of fit together.
These emotions are so new on you.
Yes.
Captain, I must apologize. I was admittedly going to tell you that we were going to try some things to learn about things outside of our comfort zone, but
Yes!
But seeing Raha experience these emotions, I feel like I must just get right back to it.
Do you two know each other?
Yes.
Oh, yes, very well.
How did you meet?
We were inseparable before Starfleet.
Yes.
And Laurie decided to go to Starfleet, and I was a part of that logical decision.
But we were devastated.
Oh, I regret it so much now. I'm living it over again. No.
It was a terrible parting, and you never cried.
No. Oh.
But I did.
Laurie, I'm sorry I never cried. That must have felt horrible to you.
I just decided it was your Vulcan nature.
Yes.
But I felt it internally.
I don't want to let go of your hands. It's such an interesting thought that crossed my mind. It makes no sense at all that my hands want to hold, but they do. They should be ready for other things.
Oh yes,
Will you
please.
make time for me?
Yes, later. After I do this simulation in the holodeck.
Of course. Maybe let's get in our pajamas and I'll come to you.
I would like that.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
So what are you telling me, that the security options have to be turned off in order for the Chupacabra to appear?
They have to be turned off in order for the Chupacabra to appear. It's an incredibly dangerous creature. We are not going to have an accurate assessment of this animal if we don't experience it in full. Also, I had to make the entire ship have drought conditions because the computer didn't understand otherwise. We will have a water shortage for the next few hours, but it should be fine.
Can any of you tell me what tricordazine does?
It numbs.
It does not.
It reduces inflammation. It reduces inflammation.
Ha! Wrong again.
Then no.
What does it do?
It wakes you up from a coma.
Well, you're gonna need that once you meet this Chupacabra.
Well, maybe I will. And maybe later, if you have access to some sort of search engine,
Doctor, if you are
can
upset
find
with
that
me because I'm the one
tricordazine
teaching
is a
you
real
engineering,
thing.
then I want
I'm a
you to
human
know
being.
I
I
don't
am a
think you should be
doctor.
speaking about it in the
I
first
deserve
place.
respect.
That is not my
What
fault
is
that you were
that?
assigned.
Computer, begin program.
Sorry, I'm just really upset.
Wow.
So this is
South America in the 1700s Earth.
specifically the Peruvian region. Approximately 2,000 meters above sea level.
1700s.
No, 17th century, 1600s. That appears to be a standard Earth goat. You can tell by the curly Q beard. Now, in order for the Chupacabra to appear, we will have to create blood, which means either that goat or one of us.
Come on, doctor, let's have it.
I feel like y'all are ganging up on me.
Yeah, don't you have something you could inject into it? Some tricorda something?
You know what? I'm going to try something else. Something you may not know that I can do.
Be careful. Standard Earth goats can still kick.
Safety protocols are turned off. FYI.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Me llamo Aliza.
Spanish had spread to the western part of South America at this time.
Are we confident about that?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Now, I may have made a mistake earlier, but I feel like maybe Spanish had made it
No,
there.
Spanish had made it there, but I don't know whether the language had spread to absolutely everybody.
If we had to collectively guess when the Inquisition was. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Scott.
Now put the blood. Use your blood. Make blood out of your skin.
Me llamo Scott. Yo soy el doctor del espacio. ¿Quieres poquito de sangre?
Greetings that the Chupacabra is appearing.
It's getting closer.
No me toques.
It's
No me
only 10
toques.
meters.
Doctor, be careful.
This is not a Chupacabra, but there's a Chupacabra 10 meters from here somewhere.
I think we did this wrong. It was supposed to be the goat's blood. The Chupacabra won't go after the goat. It's going to go after whoever has the blood spilled.
God,
Yeah. 6 meters.
Signals are hard to read. It's probably because of the high altitude.
5 meters. It's coming. It's closer.
Be careful, doctor.
If I had to make a blind guess,
Oh, no.
and I'm not confident, I would say Inquisition, maybe like the 1500s.
all over us, man!
The safety protocols were up!
We needed to!
She started it!
Has there been any sign of him?
No!
If you had to guess when the Inquisition
Not now!
I don't understand how he could have been removed from the ship. There's no readings anywhere, Diamond. No readings at all. I've never seen anybody beamed out with the shields up.
I want the two of you to tear that room apart and tell me what's wrong with him. Figure out where he is.
I can't work with her.
Figure it out. That's an order.
Panic is such a totally useless emotion.
I shot my phaser everywhere in that holodeck.
Oh,
everywhere.
If I had one, I'd be pinching everybody. I can't believe this. Is this what you feel all the time?
I feel more than that. Usually. I used to. Actually, I feel less. I feel less than that. I used to feel more. I know it's complicated. I said a lot of things all backwards and forwards to each other.
My brain is understanding that right now.
But you know, it's because of the Borg implant. I feel the things and then I cut them off.
I had forgotten.
I just don't understand where he could have...
Oh, someone must have plugged something back in. It's all right. You've been standing there like that for an hour.
I thought... I was somewhere else.
Well, you talked about the Borg implant and then you stood up and stood like that. An hour.
I was sucked into the place where Frost Clint went. I thought I went into some nether region. Neither
And I'm in love. I've never been in love in my life, but hello. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of sorts.
No, I do not approve of how this work on emotions has changed you.
I don't approve of it either, but I can't quite control it. I kind of opened the gates and there's a flood. I am in love. I cannot lie.
You are my wife.
I know, I'm in love with a man.
What?
I know, I'm sorry. And my heart is breaking at the same time because I don't want to not be in love with you, and I'm still in love with you. My God. Lennar, I am in love with you, Lennar. I've never been more in love with you, but I also am in love with Commander Jack Dedman.
Right here is the last known signal. You can still pick up his bioscans. Oh, maybe that's something you should be looking for.
Way to engineer a sentence.
It's not my fault you got that assignment. I would have been better at it. Instead, I'm stuck with myths and legends, and my fiancé has gone somewhere with a goat. If you could please look for his bioscans. I don't know how to read them.
I'm afraid of machines. I was crushed by a tractor when I was 10. I survived it. And I'm afraid of machines. I know every single painkiller that exists in our world. Name an injury.
I'm just distracted by the fact that you live on a machine. What kind of hubris is that?
Facing my fears. I was only going to grow if I lived on a ship. I failed at engineering because there were the Janie Boots of the world who are so good at it, who were fearless. Yes, I work on a ship that is a machine, but I am also part machine. And I am bad at engineering.
I forgot to turn off the safety protocols. You're gonna have to fight them while I look for Frost.
Alright.
There seems to be some sort of biomechanism that went away. I'm picking up this signal. Although it doesn't appear about it seems to have gone off in that direction. Possibly some pathway through space. Really, that I've never heard of before. My God.
I do not think there is anything further to discuss. If you are not in love with me anymore, then I do not have any reason to be here, no. You will not get me to not leave in this shuttle.
No, please. Roll down the window.
Did you have something else you wanted to say?
My love. Oh, there's...
Now you have me feeling emotions. Lenar, I did not approve of your work.
Raha.
Raha! Raha Lenar, you took my family name. Raha Lenar, I do not approve of this work and emotions. I know you are a tempestuous individual who has maintained repression very well, but you are not always the best at keeping up with your meditations.
I stopped meditating about a year ago. It was just so boring. And I want us to have little Vulcan children. And I don't need you to have the emotional levels that I have, but I need you to not leave me.
Bridge to Shuttlecraft 3. You do not have authorization to launch that shuttle.
I guess I'm not leaving.
Thank you. These European designs.
You have changed so much. I did not realize. Perhaps this emotional work of yours has made you a more deeply devoted Vulcan.
I think it has, and I can't understand what's happening in my brain right now. Why I'm in love with two people and...
It seems you are in love with three people. I saw how you looked at Ilaria Vina.
I am in love with her too. That love is a love that is of friendship. I've never felt that before. It was so powerful. It was different from normal Vulcan friendship that we all feel. It was deeper and more boundless. She could slap me in my face and gouge out my eyes, feed them to a baby monster. And I wouldn't care. Oh, was that poetic? Was I just poetic?
I will not leave you if you do not want me to, Raha. And I do believe that there can be many different people that you can love.
Yes, I suppose that is logical.
But I think you should explore this more, for you to really know how you feel about these people.
Raha! Windows down.
Raha, I wanted to say, Jack Deadman told me where to find you. He said you were in Shuttle Bay 3, and I came here to say, if you need to go, go. And I'll see you in another 10 years. But if you want to stay, stay. Because I believe in things that aren't logical. And yet are. Things that aren't logical and yet are logical.
Yes. That's what I'm realizing, is that there is so much logic. I was panicked earlier because someone's life was at stake, and is still, and I feel the panic rising.
Yes,
and I was in love before because a very kind man was trying to make me feel better. He was concerned about how I was feeling.
Who was that? Who was...
Jack Deadman.
No, really?
Yeah. I kissed him, and I've already told my wife this, but we did more. Much more! Let me go into detail.
I hate to tell you this. I'm not positive. I think it's due to the safety mechanisms. My insistence on setting them up. I turned off the door access. So you can rail at me all you want.
Jane, this is it. I'm sorry. I've always been jealous of how wonderful you are with machines and taking risks. I just don't have that in me. I'm sorry. And thank you for being patient with me.
I'll teach you more when we get out of this.
I hope you do.
I think it's coming back.
What?
I brought you these. Flowers. It's traditional for people who are beginning to know each other to share something beautiful, like flowers. I know we haven't had a lot of time to talk. I just wanted to make sure you knew that I was available to you.
I didn't bring you anything.
Oh, your presence is all that I require. And yours too, but this is a gesture that is comparable to a great idol being given the gift of 1,000 souls. I'm trying on poetry. It feels incredible.
It's very good.
Oh, this is a custom on Earth. This, to give flowers.
Yes, and he used to give me the same bouquet.
This same bouquet.
Not incredible.
She enjoyed the flavor of it. She used to eat them.
They are delicious.
No, she's Betazoid. They do that. No,
And that, well, and they have to be. Dedman and I, we were engaged. And Dedman, Raha and I, we were in love and are again, and I don't have any answers to any of this. I feel like in this story I'm the Chupacabra. A mythical being.
I would say, Valeria, you are not.
But I want to drink of your love.
I am so sorry. I cannot believe that this is. I have to go.
No, this is what.
That they tasted badly.
Oh, please.
I want you to know.
Laurie, I will leave. I'm sorry. Here, this is a ceremonial jacket for those in the myths and legends department. I have to go. I'm sorry.
Raha, you're finally showing your feelings. I finally understand.
No, it's fine. You don't want a reminder of me. I realize that was a terrible thing.
I came here to tell you something.
I'm sorry!
It's 40 meters away now, but here's the insane thing. Those were Clint's readings. Those were Clint's readings. Those were my fiance's readings. That furry, hairy creature. He's not that hairy. Coming closer. Doctor, I need to tell you, I have never once in my life believed in a myth or a legend. And I believe that everything can be explained through science. And this is something I am countering, where I do not know how to explain it, because I do not have the ability to create evolution in the holodeck. 20 meters.
Boots, myth and legend are just about faith. Faith in friendships. Faith in things you doubt. Faith when you have nothing else.
Then I have faith that Frost Klin has been turned into some type of goat. 5 meters.
And I have faith that you can get us out of here.
2 meters. If there's any part of you that can hear me, it's Janie. Janie, who has somehow unwittingly helped transform you. I didn't mean it, and I'm sure that the doctor and all his skill can fix it. No, don't kill him! No!
surge! I'm reading an energy surge in holodeck 4.
There is definitely an energy surge!
Shutting down holodeck 4 now.
Yes! It's Clint! He's been turned into some sort of type of Chupacabra! What is it, Damon?
Systems are offline. You're gonna have to do it manually.
Shiny boots, this is Raha.
Yes!
You've got to kiss the goat. Trust me, I'm a myth and legend professor.
That makes no sense!
Never kiss the frog.
I would rather backtrack evolution!
Kiss the goat and it will turn into your prince. Shiny boots, this is Laurie Athena. As your superior officer, you will
I just remembered. By 1600, Cortez had conquered. Which means Spanish had reached the Western world by 1605. Hey, it's Frost!
It's all right, Commander. Problem solved. I kissed the goat and it turned into Clint. The legend worked. Is he all right? Is there any part of him that is still a goat? You have a beard. Are you all right?
My bioscans indicate that it's stable. It's Frost Clint.
I don't understand.
I understand.
Were you in here the whole time?
No, I was not, but I came in the back door.
Yes.
There was a back door?
Raha, you seem so composed.
Oh yes, I fixed my emotional problem. My brain is quite clear now.
You got rid of your emotions.
Yes, I did.
Can I ask what happened?
I'll fill you in later.
True love happened. A myth of true love. It always returns the love to its original form. As it should be.
There's absolutely no scientific explanation for that.
Not at all, just a myth, a legend that happens to be true.
The Beauty and the Beast.
The Frog Prince.
The Spanish Inquisition.
Myths and legends.
Excuse me, Captain. My darling.
My darling.
Shall we return?
Yes, if this is what you want.
It is.
Then we shall return.
Let's go out the back door. I prefer it. It's a prettier exit.
Raha?
Yes. I'm sure we'll meet again. Ilaria? Raha. It makes sense for you to stay on this ship. You're a very good commander.
Thank you, and you are a very good piece of my own personal mythology.
Oh. It's just a single flower, but I presume that it means something to you.
It means everything to me.
What? The back door?
Yes.
They should put back doors in all of these holodecks.
After all this time, I thought maybe that legend of love finally reared its head again. But I guess not. It's not meant to be.
Maybe not this time, Jack. Maybe not this time.
Hey,
Captain, sorry you opened the door again. Let's make sure to shut it. The captain was standing over there the whole time.
Yes. And yeah, she's right here.
Just wanted to make sure everything was clear. Also, I have cuts my life.
Raha, shuttle bay 3 is
Darling, do you want your shirt?
You know, I've spent so many years thinking that science was the answer to everything. And even with you and me, I have resisted for so long, diving in completely. We've been engaged for 2 years now. But now I have proof. There is no proof that I love you.
Keep talking.
Do you remember what I said to you on that bench just below the Golden Gate Bridge?
which bench?
The one next to the auditorium.
Ah, yes.
Do you remember what you said to me right before you put me on your ship and blew up the guard cube?
Of course I do. I'll never forget it as long as I live. Let's say it together.
I just mean, I mean I'm done putting off the wedding.
I mean, I'm done pretending of how we feel about each other.
I'm done being afraid of any kind of sheep.
So as soon as I finish teaching Dr. Scott about engineering.
As soon as we get back to San Francisco.
As soon as I confirm for sure that by 16 the Spanish have conquered the Western world.
Oh my God.
As soon as we can figure out how to get this Borg chip out of my head.
As soon as I take a shower and wash all this goat smell off.
As soon as I take my next captain's shore leave.
Maybe even sooner.
No, I'm willing to wait.
I'll wait.
Maybe 1,800 hours. 10 forward
Sounds perfect.
next week.
Oh. Make sure there's a bouquet sitting there for you. Tonight. Yes, tonight.
How does next week sound?
1,800 hours?
Perfect.
Sounds perfect.
Sounds perfect.
It does.